National Park, middle of the train yard. We're going to try to get some pictures of the steam train. Watch this. Now that just ain't so cool. But SteamTown has a whole bunch of trains. And a lot of them are on, they've been restored and they run them around. Some of them are more modern, diesel locomotives. That chug you hear is the compressor that compresses the air that goes to the brakes on the locomotion and the cars. And that high whistle you hear, that buzz, that is a dynamo that generates the electricity for the headlight and for some of the other lights throughout the train, all being run by steam. Good for today, but this is the centerpiece of the SteamTown. This is the visitor center, and it's a rebuilt or restored roundhouse where they would put the train on a carousel type thing and spin it around, and they were so well balanced. Since this is a free day, it's kind of a show day. I think they're doing more than usual, because I've been here 3 times and I've never seen all this rolling stock out here where you can see it. They got all the history on the trains. This is a 280 consolidator. Here's a caboose. This is the roundhouse. You put the train on there and it can go into any of these bays around the outside. You move it around and and you can get into these garages. Each one of these garages is a working garage for repairs. Can't show you the entire thing. You're going to have to come by yourself. And you can see this one here. It's sitting over the top of an inspection pit. Zoom in there a little bit so they can work underneath it. Walk and stand underneath the train. Hopefully it doesn't fall off those little tiny rails. That would be a bad thing. Let's see, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six trains inside here. And you can see it's a working roundhouse. You know, there's stuff the guys are working on, keeping them thing. And here's inside the boiler. This is the mail car, and it's really a rolling post office. It's all the mailboxes for where the mail goes, and the bags that were picked up off the rail as they went by. They drop one off and pick another one up. Kitchen. Sunday, November 18, 1883 was selected as the date when the new time zone system would become effective. At railroad yards across the nation, enginemen were instructed to sound their whistles precisely at noon to signify the new railroad time. Ministers thundered from their pulpits about the godless railroads and the obvious evil of tinkering with natural time. But railroad time quickly became the standard of business and industry. It continued so unofficially until Congress passed the Standard Time Act in March 19, 1918. And of course it took the railroads to get Congress to do something. These are individual little stories about each person. You have the conductor, and then behind him you have his story. Who he was, what they did. Pretty neat. All the punches. Did you know that there are different punches for different things? important was the baggage handler when people had trunks that weighed hundreds of pounds. The tycoon, he owes the public nothing, he says. And it's probably the tycoon that caused the railroads to go broke because they didn't want to play fair, and pretty soon cars took over. People would probably much rather be trains than cars. Looks like a fun thing to do with a train. Would you rather see me or the choo-choo? I'm assuming you'd rather see the choo-choo. Oh, if only I had a drone to go and see this. We gotta go see this.
By the fruit of the real rooters' labors.
We have to go find this. This is just up the road.
Beside a road.
Keep watching the video. We'll see this in reality. All right, this is the Tunkhannock Viaduct, and it is a marvel of construction. It is 2,375 feet long and 240 feet high. It is incredible. This is about, I don't know, 12 miles north of SteamTown, but it is pretty amazing. And underneath it is this little tiny highway bridge. But I believe they still use this for trains, although if we get in close, you can see that it's a little on the worn side in places. I wouldn't want to, probably wouldn't want to put a 60-ton train down that thing. It's a little worn.